Hello, my math superstars. Today, the goal of our math lesson is to learn how to use a protractor to measure angles. So let's review some key concepts or terminology from our past lessons. We know that the point B is the vertex. It is the point in which the ray AB and the ray CB come together. And when I have two rays that come together, at a point or a vertex, then I have an angle. And so when I am measuring an angle, I'm not measuring the length of the ray because we know that the ray goes on forever and ever and ever. What I'm actually doing is I'm measuring the area inside that ray. Okay, so the tool that we need to measure the area that's inside or the area between the two rays is called a protractor. And so here you see a picture of the protractor. If you notice, there's a dot, and if you notice that each number right here in the protractor represents a degree. Okay, so you're noticing that each of these numbers represent a degree, but wait a minute. I'm noticing that there's two numbers that are represented at the same spot. Okay, and so you're noticing that I've got 160 here and 20 here, and I've got 150 and a 30 here. So these measurements are measuring the degrees, but how can they measure the same degree? Which one do I use? So when I'm using a protractor, I have to determine whether I'm going to use the degree found in the inner circle or found on the outer circle. So before you even put a protractor onto a measurement, you have to stop and think and ask yourself, okay, there are three key angles. There's the, oh, how cute is that angle? There's the 90, whoa, the 90-degree angle, and then there's the obtuse angle. If I have an angle that is acute, which means less than 90, I know that the degrees that I'm going to use on the protractor are going to be less than 90 degrees. If I have an angle measurement that is obtuse, I know that the measurement or the number of degrees that I'm going to use on the protractor will be greater than 90 degrees. So before I even use a protractor, the first step that I need to do is determine, is this an acute angle or an obtuse angle or a right angle? And if I'm noticing, I know that a right angle is a complete square because we've been talking about that. So I can identify that this angle is an acute angle. So if this angle is an acute angle, okay, oh, how cute. Oh, I love those cute little angles. I know that it would not be reasonable for me to use a degree measurement of 130 degrees because that's not reasonable because 130 degrees is greater than 90. So it would be more reasonable for me to use the inner circle, which is right here, which is 50 degrees. So I know that the unit measurement between the two degrees would be 50 degrees because it's an acute angle. As you go through the lesson, I've created a Nearpod and there's some fun videos in there as you go through and practice measuring with a protractor. So good luck, enjoy the Nearpod, and don't forget to work on Dreambox and meet me for our team meeting at 11 o'clock. Learn something new. Happy math.